Welcome to Yo-11 Minutes. Yo-11 Minutes, mostly Vegas, no BS, casino experience, and more. Michael Traeger is a casino and travel loyalty expert who also helps people turn their travel dreams into reality. And now, Michael Traeger. How's it going, Michael?
Actually recovering from ZorkFest, but I got a wicked good night's sleep, so that really is sort of helpful. And I'm trying my best to get myself into the right mental space for my trip to Vegas on November 1st, which I'm always excited about a trip to Vegas, but I sort of feel like I'm not exactly ready to go back to your wonderful state.
It's always a good time to come on down to my wonderful state. It'll be fun. Maybe since you did so much stuff at ZorkFest, maybe you do a lot of like spas, relaxing, go to
No, because I'm
Aria,
there for a conference.
go to
And the
Vidara. Oh, sounds boring.
yeah,
Sounds very
which is,
boring.
well,
Sorry.
some of it can be boring, but the bigger problem is they start at like 8 a.m. every day, including Saturday and Sunday. So that's a little bit daunting.
Okay, well, that took a turn. And now it's time for the news. Following 10 sold-out performances of her exclusive Las Vegas engagement, Chemistry, an intimate night with Kelly Clarkson this past summer, Grammy Award-winning global superstar Kelly Clarkson has announced that she will return to Bach Theater at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino for 4 shows over New Year's Eve and Super Bowl 58 weekends. Kelly and her longtime band will once again immerse crowds with music that spans her 2-decade-long career, with hits like Breakaway, Miss Independent, Stronger, Since You've Been Gone, and Mine from her latest album, Chemistry. Tickets go on sale starting Friday, October 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time at Ticketmaster.com/Kelly Vegas. And now, on a sadder note, Don Laughlin, the real estate developer and resort owner who created the Southern Nevada river town about 100 miles south of Las Vegas that bears his name, has died. Laughlin, born in 1931, died at 92 years old on Sunday, according to a Facebook post from Don Laughlin's Riverside Resort, Casino, and Hotel. The post did not share his cause of death. That's going to do it for the news, and now for the views. Michael, what are your thoughts?
I think Laughlin is, an amazing man and also an amazing gambling destination. Even though, I've always been rather impressed by it, even though some of my friends joke that Laughlin is the place gamblers go to die, which not exactly sure what that means. But I think I think it's a really interesting destination. I think the history of it is super interesting. And did you know that I stayed in a villa that was built for Steve Wynn at the Golden Nugget Laughlin when they were expanding and building the Golden Nugget Laughlin? I don't remember the exact story if it was expanding or building, but basically he was spending some time in Laughlin when they were really working on that Golden Nugget property. As you know, he had the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, and that was in January 2021. But it was rather, for an overused term, it was iconic, and I got a great deal on it, and I went with a friend. But it was a lot of fun, and this villa also had a great kitchen and a great grill. So actually, we had brought a bunch of things from California because I was living in California then, and I was able to show off my cooking skills to my friend. So that was super interesting and fun. But I guess what I'm always thinking about, especially now that Laughlin's on my mind because of the news, is that it's an interesting point that there's so much gambling in Nevada. And I often think of outside of Las Vegas or the immediate Las Vegas area, what are the other big places in Las Vegas in Nevada that you think of going to visit to gamble? Like, Reno, Tahoe, Laughlin. I love talking about those destinations. Is there anywhere else that you think that might come up, or anywhere else in Nevada that's really a destination for gambling? Because I guess even the airports are a destination for gambling in Nevada.
Good point. As far as other places in Nevada that are a destination for gambling, I think you've covered them all, but it depends what kind of gambling. If you want to, gamble with your sexual health, you can visit Pahrump. But
Hey, I thought they were all like certified and safe and clean, okay? So
I don't know how it works.
I'm just saying, I thought it was like USDA inspected.
USDA inspected prostitutes. That's the title of the show today. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one.
Actually, it's so interesting that you bring that up because one of the biggest misconceptions, which I think people have brought up before, is that prostitution is not legal everywhere in the state.
Right.
I mean, it's legal, but it's only legal in certain areas of the state, and it's definitely not legal in, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Las Vegas or Clark County, right? So that's
Right.
I think people sometimes forget that when they hear about it.
I think it's just part of the lore of Las Vegas, Sin City and anything goes, and I think that people just assume that it's legal in Las Vegas, and Clark County, even though it's not. But I would like to know a bit more about that Steve Wynn Villa and Golden Nugget Laughlin, because I have not been out to Laughlin yet, and I don't think I'm ready for it. But I would like to learn more about those things.
Well, I'd love to. I think we should spend a little bit of time this week on Laughlin, and I would love to give you a little bit of an overview of the history of that villa, and also a little bit of the history of Steve Wynn in Laughlin. I mean, one of the things that I love about Laughlin, which is similar in Tahoe, is these places are like a time capsule. They're like where you can go if you want to see what, like, a lot of the aspects of old Vegas, because Las Vegas currently, everything is always knocked down and new. You don't have that much old Vegas left. Like, look, you have the Tropicana left, but who knows how long the Tropicana is going to be there for. The Riviera's gone, and all of these properties. I mean, I guess Sahara is still kind of there, but that's, I think, what's so interesting. Circus is definitely original, but if you want that like old Vegas kind of feel, definitely, places like Laughlin, Reno, and Tahoe are great to go to, and I just love that, and I think you probably enjoy some of that too.
I might. I mean, I kind of liked Atlantic City that one time I went, so I'd give Laughlin a shot at some point if it was cold outside or something. I hear it's horrible in the summer, but yeah, the thing that you said about places that no longer exist, like I go driving around out here, and I'll see Desert Inn Road, I'll see Hacienda Avenue, and these are all places that used to be, and and it's just like you see this street name, like Hacienda used to be a place. I remember seeing history about that, and the Desert Inn and like all that stuff, and it's like I just start to wonder as time goes on how many more of these properties that are still kind of around will end up just being a street name in the future. Um, yeah.
No, it's a great point, and I don't think it's necessarily bad. I know people get very, very emotional about this topic. Like, the current emotional topic is Mirage Rock and the volcano, right? I mean, that's like super emotional because think about it. That volcano is not that old, right? I mean, in relation to some things, but that
1991,
volcano
right?
is out of here. I mean, we're gonna have a big guitar tower, and I know people get really sensitive about that kind of stuff, and I'm sort of torn.
I say have both, man. Have both. If you go to a rock concert, there's guitars and there's pyro and fire, and just have them fucking both going at the same time. What's the big deal? I think they're missing out, man. I really do.
Yeah, but here's my question for you, since I'm touching on this topic about Mirage Rock. Do you think they should get rid of the volcano? I mean, on the one level, I think because it's becoming hard rock and they're going to build this iconic, incredible, epic guitar tower, that it makes sense for their brand for it to be hard rock. It's not really Mirage anymore. But yet, there's a super cool volcano that has been, on the Vegas Strip for years now that people are used to. Like, what's your take on that? Like, does that bother you that the volcano's going, or you're like, fuck it, in with the new?
You know what? I do like I've seen like video of what these guitar towers can do from the location in Hollywood, and I think there's one in Florida as well, and it's going to fit nicely into the Vegas skyline, I think. It's going to look fantastic. But, I mean, the volcano, though. So I just had this thought, like, what if, like, there's, like, maybe the Neon Museum will acquire the volcano. And then you just, buy another acre of land. Why not? And, just have it set up somewhere. Or, I mean, I'm sure Yesco, that's the sign company, has nothing to do with that. But, I mean, would it be interesting if there was a way to preserve it somehow, just maybe move it somewhere that isn't really being used.
You know what? I've never thought of that. I've never thought of that before until you just brought this up. But it is fucking brilliant. Could you imagine some ultra wealthy person just saying, you know what? I got a lot of land. I want that volcano.
Exactly. You know,
you're so right. I mean, it's so. I mean, I could just so see somebody doing that. I mean, and so. But even what you say is even better, because if it was something like, even if in a different area or attached to the Neon Museum, the fact that you could preserve it, you know, for people to see, like in a museum environment, would be so cool. But
yeah.
I'm very binary about it. Like either like destroy anew, but I never thought that's pretty.
Why
that's
not?
pretty sharp there, Movestro.
Well, I have ideas sometimes. What can I say? But why not stick it in front of Treasure Island? I mean, they're not doing the boat show anymore, right? They have this water there that isn't doing anything. Just stick that thing right up in, you know, Treasure Island looks like this, right? So just stick it right in the middle. It looks like that. You know what I mean? It looks like this. And just stick it in the middle down there and just, you know, why not? I mean, I think things can happen with that volcano. It'll be a nightmare to disassemble and reassemble, I'm sure. All the piping and everything, it's nuts. Have you ever seen the inside of it? My goodness, it's scary. But why not?
No, this is I love this idea. So next week episode we're gonna have on Movestro's ideas of what to do with Vegas.
Oh boy. I don't know if I have that many. We'll have to see.
I don't know if we could do that one in 11 to 13 minutes.
I'm not even sure this episode's getting done in 11 to 13 minutes. That being
anyway,
said...
great thoughts. And we're definitely going to dive into more Laughlin this week. So everyone, you know, hang on to your seats because Laughlin is coming at you.
Absolutely. And now it is time for the tease.
I didn't realize how big this. I mean, did you ever, you know, my whole tease today is, did you ever play a silly game that you really love, and I happen to love that slot, and hit and not realize you're going to get a hand pay, and I happen to love that slot in the video and was totally shocked when that happened, and this was the night before the Gold Rush Villa when we went to Laughlin, myself and my friend, and we spent a night at Harrah's Laughlin, and this was a major cigar trip with a friend that is a cigar expert. I mean, he might not call himself that, but I call him that. And Laughlin, like most of Nevada, is very cigar friendly.
That sounds horrible. It just... I'm sorry, I know you like cigars, but I mean, I have this thing going on, that cough I'm getting, and I was great all day today, but as soon as the casino was filling up with people smoking cigars and cigarettes, that's when it started. So I'm just like averse to cigars right now. Just a bit.
I got it. A vast majority of the universe is. So you are not alone.
Thank you. I just thought of that Michael Jackson song when you said that for some reason. Before we get going, you know, do you have any closing remarks? Anything that's on your mind?
Hey, just, you know, I'd like to remind people, because we don't do this often, to please like, share, and tell us what's on your mind. I'd also love to know about your thoughts of gambling outside of Vegas, but still in Nevada.
All right. Well, you heard him, and that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. Luxury travel booking, TravelZork Travel. Visit us at TravelZorkTravel.com to plan your next amazing vacation. And please join the conversation on social media. You can find us easily. All social platforms are at TravelZork. We'll see you next time.